On this episode of the CBD University podcast, CBD and dosing. Whether you are looking for a daily wellness boost, more comfort, relaxation, or the potential benefits, we'll have some ways that our customers getting started on CBD edibles and oils turn to, how to get started, how to take it, and how to measure it out. This is the CBD University podcast, and it starts right now. I'm Joe Augustinelli, the host of the CBD University podcast. If you are a returning listener, welcome back to our podcast. If you are a new listener, we are glad you found us on your podcast platform of choice. Don't forget, you can always catch full video episodes of the CBD University podcast on the Global Widget YouTube channel and the YouTube channels of our brands. CBD dosing. We get a lot of questions about what products to start off on, and if they're starting on a product, how much should you take and how to track. So we'll discuss all of that and more with our Senior Content Manager, Charlie O'Brien. Charlie, welcome to the podcast. And just last episode, we had a couple of our other content team members to discuss the newest products across our product line. So it all comes full circle with the whole team joining the podcast for their first episodes.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joe.
And for those of you who are watching the video on our YouTube channel, you may also recognize Charlie from a recent video on this very topic, as we highlighted our CBD oils and using the measure dropper, which we're going to talk about here shortly. And to kick off our year of more way back in May now, seems so long ago, we launched our new CBD oils. Many of you who just start on CBD often turn to CBD oils as a way to start. And are now, as I mentioned, our oils include a graduated dropper, so measured right on the dropper itself as to how much of a serving is, and we'll talk more about all of that. And we certainly offer a number of flavors and potencies when it comes to the CBD oils now.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, we recently relaunched the CBD oils as part of that Year More campaign. And what that means as far as the oils go was what we were really trying to offer our customers: more CBD potencies, more flavors, and really overall more value. So as far as the potency goes, the oils are now available in potencies ranging from 300 milligrams all the way up to 5,000 milligrams, and 6 different flavors. Let's see if I can remember them all. Acai berry, chocolate mint, orange creamsicle, peppermint, watermelon, and then the natural hemp flavor. So we really felt like we took one of our most popular products and just improved it even further.
And the newest of those flavors is chocolate mint, and as Charlie mentioned, a total of 6 flavors. So now, while we can't say a specific dose is going to be right for you, because as our listeners know, and as we know, CBD certainly affects everyone differently, and we can't make specific claims. So a lot of this is indeed trial and error as potency increases. So how do we suggest maybe some dosing amounts for those folks starting off?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, CBD affects everybody differently. But like you mentioned, that graduated dropper was another new change to our CBD oil product line. Very helpful thing because, with the little measured lines on there with the numbers on them, just makes it that much easier to really measure out your dose and find what works best for you. So we recommend people who are new to CBD oil starting off with maybe 10 to 15 milligrams. And a dropper is about 12.5 milligrams serving size of CBD oil. So what that means is you could take a full dropper of our 300 milligram oil, a half a dropper of the 750 milligram option, or a quarter dropper of the 1500 milligram oil option, and that's all going to be right around that sweet spot that you're looking for. But again, with that graduated dropper, it just makes it so much easier to measure out your dosage a lot more accurately and find that perfect serving size that's going to work best for you.
And when it comes to CBD oils, really a versatile type of product because you can use it in a number of different ways. What are some of those ways that most users will be turning to CBD oil for?
Yeah, so versatile is the perfect word. I mean, our CBD oil, you can obviously just take it the simplest way possible and sublingually or under the tongue, drop it under there, hold it for about 60 seconds, and then swallow it. But of course, being a liquid, you can add it to just about any food or drink you can think of. Everything from coffee, teas, lattes, smoothies, salad dressings, you name it. Because it's a liquid, like I said, it just makes it so easy to add to all sorts of different foods and drinks. And in fact, on our website and our YouTube channel, we've got a number of really delicious CBD recipes that you can try out. All sorts of cool foods and beverages that you can add CBD oil to, just to make it a fun way to take it.
And a spoiler alert, be on the lookout for more recipes coming up in the very near future across our social media channels that incorporate our CBD oils into your everyday life, food and drinks. We're not going to give away what we'll be making, but do keep an eye out. Those will be debuting in just a little bit from when this podcast was originally published. Look for those in October. And if you're listening down the road, you can go back on our YouTube channels and take a look at those recipes. So how long does it take? Is there any industry standard or research out there that describes how long the effects of CBD oil may take once somebody does ingest it?
Yeah, so it really depends on the method that you use to take your CBD. Obviously, something like vaping your CBD, for instance, you'll feel those effects much more quickly than an edible product like a gummy or a capsule, where it has to go through your digestive system first before those effects will really set in. With the oil, what we found is it takes about 60 minutes or so for those effects to really kick in. So that's why it's important to really time your dose effectively, so that those feelings of calm and relaxation, you'll start feeling those when you want to. And a great tip that can really help people manage their dosage and time those effects properly is to start up a CBD journal. So literally writing down what time you took your CBD oil, how big of a dose that you took, and then writing down how it made you feel as you go throughout your day. What we recommend is that if people don't feel the effects that they're really looking for, to start increasing their dosage maybe about 5 milligrams per day. But then having that written record, so you can really look back and track your dosage and how it made you feel as you increase the amount that you take, is really helpful in finding, as you hone in on that specific dosage that's going to work best for you.
And in this year of more, we certainly want to offer our listeners and our customers, our retail and our wholesale partners more education. So what other type of materials are out there that folks may be able to find on our website if they are looking indeed for more education on CBD oils, or for finding the right product for them? Maybe they don't want to try oils, and maybe they want to try something else to start off with.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you said it, Joe. Part of that year and more is giving our customers more education. So on our website, the blog on hempbombs.com, our YouTube channel, all of our social media pages, of course, we're always posting tips and tricks, recipes like we've talked about, fun ways, for people to take their CBD, all sorts of great information, just so that people can really continue to learn more about CBD and help them along their journey, to finding the benefits that they're looking for. And really, one of the cool things that we're going to be relaunching on the website soon is our CBD Product Finder quiz. And what that is it's a series of guided questions that you'll answer about how you'd like to take your CBD and what type of benefits you're looking to obtain. And you answer a handful of questions, and when you get to the end, the quiz will actually recommend the perfect product for you, and it'll even give you a promo code so you can then go ahead and purchase that product at a discounted price. So look for that for coming soon.
Sounds good. So you can visit our websites at www.hempbombs.com or www.naturescript.com for the Nature Script brand. Each of those websites will have that product finder quiz, and as Charlie mentioned, we'll even give you a little special discount just for trying out the new product finder quiz. And to stay on top of all the latest news, products, and new information and education that's out on our website, you can sign up for our email newsletters. And certainly in this year of more, we'll have a lot more opportunities for folks to not only learn more, but try more new products.
Yep, absolutely. We're always sending out great emails, so sign up for that newsletter.
And as I mentioned, you can also catch Charlie's recent video on the CBD oils and the dosing, and all about our new measured dropper that's in our CBD oils, by visiting any of our social media channels. You can find them on YouTube, Facebook, also on Twitter, and for both brands that is. So I want to thank Charlie O'Brien, my guest on this episode of the CBD University podcast. Good job for your first episode.
Great. Thanks for having me, Joe.
And I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the CBD University podcast. And as a reminder, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform of choice. You can also subscribe to our podcast on any of our YouTube channels. You'll receive notifications when new episodes are published each week. And also, if you have questions for our CBD University podcast, and because we are giving you more, we'll even send a little discount code your way just for asking questions that are mentioned on a future episode. You can email us at podcast@globalwidget.com, and very soon we'll start going through the listener and viewer email bag and answering some of those questions, and then we'll be sending some discount codes out to our listeners for sending in their questions so they can enjoy all of our CBD products. I'm Joe Augustinelli, the host of the CBD University podcast. Thanks for tuning in. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The CBD products are not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Always consult your personal physician about CBD and using CBD products. CBD should never be used by anyone under the age of 18. This content is not intended to provide legal advice regarding the legal status of CBD and CBD products.